Hi, we're here at YCS San Diego. Come on. And then with our top competitor, B team.
Top B team, Avery Foster. I played Spiral because if you didn't play Spiral, you're bad. I considered playing Trickstar for like a day, so that I can play like 13 hand traps, and then I realized Spiral can play 13 hand traps, but you can play a deck that actually does something. So.
Alright, so.
Stop acting like we care.
Gotta play for the fans. Alright, so play one quick fix, one drone, one tough, one master plan, one sleeper, 3 agent. This card was insane because like sometimes you accidentally go first, like you win the die roll when you draw this, but it's not even that bad because I played 3 of a card you'll see later that actually made it so that normal summons like weren't, it's not double summon, that drawing like normal summons actually just like wasn't bad at all, and this card's like really good at breaking boards. It actually comes up when it's in your deck.
Why no Spiral Last Resort?
Alright, so I didn't play Last Resort because I felt like the card didn't actually do anything. The only time that Last Resort was ever like good is if you have your sleeper on board, you don't get to stack their deck, or like they driver you or something during your turns, like their deck's randomized and you end up sleeper on board, or you search sleeper after getting ashed or something like that, and their 6th card is the Ogre. Because otherwise you're getting Ogre throughout the combo anyways, or Ogre or Gamma, because otherwise like sleeper's resolving either way, and like no matter what you do, card's resolving, so why would I add another brick to my deck? And I feel like Tough actually did something outside of being a normal summon. Like it can check the top card of your deck, so Tough Agent was like a real play, and Last Resort just wasn't. It didn't, like it required me to guess, never came up.
Okay.
Played 1 Gofu, I think I drew it like twice. It was pretty good. I played 1 Destrudo because I played Ravine. And then the part of the deck that's the reason I didn't play Bling Burn Trickstar deck. You can play same ridiculous number, 13 hand traps. I'm choosing to go first, but the only hand trap that's actually like iffy going first is Gamma, and Gamma's insane going first because you can have the Wet Dream where like they hand trap you, like Ogre your field spell or Droll you or something, and you Gamma them, and then they start playing their like turn with 4 cards, and you have an Omega coming back, and like it's just slippery slope. Like it's really impossible to like lose the game whenever that happens. So like the only time this card can ever be bad is if your Helix gets ashed and Gamma's your only hand trap, because then it just sits dead. But even if that happens, if they just like don't kill you, then Gamma hits their sleeper, so like it's still not terrible. So yeah, 13 hand traps is really good. I didn't miss Ogre. I consider Ogre over Droll, but no, Droll's pretty good.
How was the Cherries for you?
Oh yeah, that's a card to talk about. Cherries was insane. Against the mirror, like most hands, like if you have several turns to grind out, they can still win the game when they get Cherries, but like now that machine dupe like just isn't a thing, they can't just randomly like quick fix machine dupe and still win the game when they get Cherries. They have to open really specific to play through this, and the hands that played through this, typically like I was ashing the Helix anyways, and the hands that actually did it got to Master Plan and got rid of Master Plan either way. So if I was ashing Master Plan, like the hands that played through any other random hand trap anyways.
Okay.
So Cherries had the ability to just like barrier them for close to the entire game. It was kind of insane. The driver, you have to play it. 1, 1, 1, 1, all needed. I played this many copies of Spiral Resort. I think that's 7. Yeah, 7 copies of Spiral Resort. It was pretty good. Set rotation was really good because it was always live, because I played 3 Ravine.
Can you explain this?
Alright, I'll start my explanation. I don't have a 3rd Ravine. But continuing, so like I didn't play double summon or goods because goods required you to play extra bad cards in your deck, and I already have a trouble like drawing well with this deck as is, so I didn't want to play more bad cards. And whenever you draw Ravine plus field spell or quick fix, it's full combo, and I mean like that's just really good. And then if you draw Ravine plus only 1 Spiral monster, like you draw Ravine and a Tough or Ravine and an Agent or something like that, if this was like extra copies of like double summon or something like that, you don't get to play, versus if you draw this, you get to just sit on an Ancient Fairy, get a Resort Search, shuffle back, and then I'm playing 13 hand traps, so like I'm really good, like stopping Spiral is like really good with this deck. Like it's just easy to do. So like I feel like you're just able to play more games, because even if you just stick an Ancient Fairy and it's not full combo, that plus a hand trap sometimes just enough to stop Spiral. Because even if they out your board, like, you got the Resort Surge, they have to out the Resort, and then you get to play next turn, and it's fine. It was really good, because like, it just helps me play every game. And then I just liked it because it let me play Site Rotation, which you could have done with 2 Ravine, which I would potentially consider, but then I feel like I wouldn't be playing enough extenders. Then I played Utility Wire, Mission. Drew this card a lot. Oh well. I feel like you have to play this. This card's pretty good. The only time it's like insane that actually like wins the game that you weren't going to win otherwise is whenever your Helix gets ashed and you have a Quick Fix engraved, it actually still gives you a trap card to search, and that's like the only reason I played it, and it was pretty good. Probably still run it. For the extra, I played 3 Helix, because anytime you draw Master Plan, you make the second one because you have to bring back Quick Fix. I just wanted to have the third one. It came up twice where I made 3. And then sometimes it's just better not to make Decode Sleeper because the Decode's not going to do anything, and it's just better to make another Helix because you had to banish the Helix off of Sleeper. So you have the ability to, whenever you Sleeper destroy itself, just summon back the Helix and have a full follow-up, which is really good. I had 1 Firewall, I summoned this once. Borload, didn't summon it, but I mean, if people didn't play Borload, I probably wouldn't play Borload, but Borload's just an out to other Borloads, which is kind of insane. Also, if I get Cherries, it's something that can happen. Gaia, I summoned this like once. Ib Proxy, summoned Ib once, and I summoned Proxy like 2 or 3 times. Babushka, Sylvan Princess, Dante. So like leading up to this, I randomly thought there was going to be a lot of BA because I saw representation at the regional. I saw the fact that it put 2 in their G, so I just thought, I don't think the deck's good, but I thought that there's going to be more BAs. In reality, this should have been Trickstar Holy Angel because of representation with the deck. Because obviously, like, I'm not gonna ever have Cherries like in game 2 and 3. But if I'm gonna have a random Cherries target, I want it to be that way. Like I can Cherries them, and like they just can't out a Super Agent or a Helix. Like that just doesn't happen. They don't have a card that they can make.
Avery,
shut up. 3 Synchros. This card was randomly like really good because the night before we all decided like we're keeping the Rescue engraved whenever we're full comboing because we want to keep Agent engraved, that way it's another plan for disruption, because it's either like we make a Firewall with the Rescue or we keep Rescue in graveyard and it works as a trap and a follow-up. But Jesse Cotton, PPG player, pointed out the fact that you can banish this whenever you draw Destrudo, and there's combos where you can hard make Omega with Destrudo Agent and a 1 or 1/1/6 with Destrudo. And you hard make this and then return this to the graveyard, and then it works the same where you have the trap card and they're playing with less cards, so it was just like insane. I did that like 3 times. Moving into the side deck, I sided 1 fully armed. This was for BA, ABC. That's it, just because like it was a good out to Beatrice. I respected that deck more than I should have. I thought there was going to be like a bunch of them in here. I played against an ABC and this card was like pretty good.
Also, the judge is raising his hand with the clipboard.
2 Magical Spring against Magician, Insane going first or second. 3 Twin, I sided 3 against Magician, 2 against Spiral for the Scolding. It was pretty good. 3 Evenly Matched, drew that round 1 and that was the only time. I sided 6 Solemns. You side out 6 Hand Traps just because these cards seem inherently better going first, like specifically, but they don't really work going second very well, so like you just side out Hand Traps. And that's it for the deck. Shout outs to Ultra Pro and Pro Play Games, best team in the game. All the guys I roomed with have helped me theory. I theoried with Jesse a lot, Aaron, Chef Cam, always cooking the goo. And that's about it.
Alright, thanks, and I hope you do well in future events.
Shout outs to Dylan, these are all his cards. Take it.